Okay, so I just want to help you guys out a little bit with this assignment dealing with the Supreme Court case. And basically, the instructions are to review the current docket of the Supreme Court and select a case that deals with an issue of civil liberties or civil rights. Then you are to draft a majority opinion for that case, making sure you reference related cases mentioned in your textbook. So I'm just going to give you walk you through where to find the cases, so that'll help you out. Not all the cases that are on the docket for the United States Supreme Court fit our class requirements. So when you're talking about cases involving civil liberties, you're dealing with issues involving, for example, First Amendment freedoms, privacy rights, due process of law and the rights of the accused. And so under that particular category, you're dealing with things such as cruel and unusual punishment, fair trial, double jeopardy, Miranda warning, searches and seizures, and so forth. There are a couple cases on the docket that deal with cruel and unusual punishment that might be of interest to you. The other type of cases involving civil rights have to do with equal rights, racial equality, other equal right issues, voting rights, freedom from discrimination in public accommodation, housing, employment, and so forth, affirmative action in employment and college admissions. So there's no guarantee what types of cases are going to be on the docket. So I'll take you through a couple of them just so you know where to find it, okay? So first of all, if you go to the home page of the United States Supreme Court, which is right here, so this is sort of what it looks like. And just understand that they don't have a whole lot of cases right now. They're hearing some cases, as you see here by looking at their map for October. But let's scroll down. So if you scroll down on the page, you will get to recent arguments. And so these are the cases that you want to pay attention to, because these are the cases that they've heard arguments, and now we are awaiting a ruling from the Supreme Court. And so that's what you're going to do. Basically, you're going to take a look at one of these cases that fit our criteria, and then you're going to draft the majority opinion as to how you think the court should rule. So in this particular case, you are a justice of the Supreme Court, and you've been tasked with writing the majority opinion. So you're going to agree or disagree with the arguments from the sides that are presented, and then justify why you believe the ruling should be as it is. And when you justify it, you tie it into cases from a textbook that the Supreme Court has previously issued. So if we're talking about the death penalty, as you check out the chapter regarding cruel and unusual punishment, look at the cases that the Supreme Court has ruled on in the past and try to tie that logic into the case that's pending. So for example, I know doing some research myself that there are a couple cases that deal with the issue of the death penalty or some level of cruel and unusual punishment. And those are Kansas versus Gleason, Kansas versus Carr, and Hurst versus Florida. So again, you can check it out and see what else is there. But these are, I know, 3 cases that deal specifically with a topic that is related to this assignment. And so there are a couple ways you can view this case. You can go over here and click on transcript, or you can do audio. So transcript, if you click on that, will give you the transcript for the hearing. So it should look something like this. There we go. So this is the actual transcript that took place during the petition. So both sides made an argument, and now the Supreme Court has to decide how to rule on this case based on the argument and the legal issue. So you can either read through this when you have time, and so you can see up here it's 72 pages, but as you can see, oftentimes it's double spaced, and it should be an easy read for you as you prepare for this case. The other thing you can do if you don't have time to read is you can look at the audio tape. You could probably download it to your iPhone or whatever other type of smart device you have. And in that particular case, as you saw there, you can listen to it. You can also download it. And so you may want to do it that way, right? And then listen to the case, find out what the legal issue is, and then decide a majority opinion if you were a member of the Supreme Court, right? All right, so these are the cases that are on the dockets that the Supreme Court has heard. They've heard the oral arguments, but they haven't made an official ruling. So this is probably the best place to go to get the information you need for this particular assignment. So it's only 300 to 500 words, so it's not a huge majority opinion, but basically it's going to require you to spend some time and read through some of these cases or listen to these cases, and then how would you rule? You're the majority opinion in 300 to 500 words, and then tie in some of the cases that are highlighted in our textbook dealing with the particular topic that you elect to write about, all right? But again, just make sure the case fits the criteria of either civil liberties issue or civil rights issue. So here are some cases that they've just heard, and I think that's a good place for us to start, okay? So if you have any questions about this assignment, please communicate with me. You can send me an email, text, or call. Some students have gotten a little bit confused on this assignment, so I don't want you to get too confused about it, but this is a good place to start. So again, you go to the home page of the United States Supreme Court. If you scroll down, it highlights the recent arguments. So I think this is a good place for you to read or listen to the case, make a decision as to how you would rule, explain it to me in 300 to 500 words, and tie some cases related to that particular civil liberties or civil rights case into your discussion, right? Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to get a hold of me. And here's the link for it up here, just in case you can't find it, but this is the link that I have here, so you could pay attention to that. But that's the link in case, for whatever reason, you don't get to this page, right? Outside of that, I hope you have a blessed week. And again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.